guys, welcome back to Passion Paradise. As promised, I have come back with the second part of shooting range.
Yep, so in the first part we saw you shoot the 22 long rifle, the bolt action, and then the really stock AR-15. And I think we did the little custom AR-15 and a 9mm after that, so there we are. So in this one we're coming back, we're going to do a little bit of other calibers. We're going to do 7.62 by 39, 5.7, we're going to do 300 blackout, 12 gauge, and 7.62 by 54R. So a wide variety of guns just to get a feel for everything. 12 gauge and the Mosin kind of threw you for a fit, but it's to be expected. It's a decent amount of recoil.
Yep, we have some
very well,
pretty antique boys. This so it's fun.
You good? You just really wanted to wedge that in there, didn't you? Yeah.
Okay, so let's not waste any time and get back to the video. Hope you enjoy it.
Here we go. So this is an AK. It's a lot of people say AK-47. It's not technically an AK-47. It's an AKM pattern. AK is the M stands for modernizer. It's Russian for modernized. The AK stands for Kalashnikov Automat, which means automatic rifle by Kalashnikov. It's the last name of the designer of the AK. The big difference between an AK and an AR pattern is on an AR, you have these lower receivers down here that hold the parts. They are milled from a single piece of aluminum. So they will take drills and drill out what needs to be done. So it's all one block of aluminum in that shape. Whereas an AK, you start with a piece of sheet metal, you cut out the holes that you need, and then you bend it around into this shape. So this is all one sheet of metal that has been bent around into this frame, and then you rivet on the parts that are necessary, and you have little chunks of metal in here called trunnions for the front and rear, and then the fire control groups goes down in here. Another big one, the AR is a direct impingement, which means the gas actually goes back into the upper of the rifle. Can make it a little bit dirtier. It's much more reliable for various loads and for adverse conditions. The AK is a long stroke gas piston, which means that it directly dumps gas as the round comes back. Oh, let me grab the safety. This is the bolt of the AK. So it directly dumps gas as the bullet passes this point. It has a gas port. Gas is dumped back up here into this tube. It pushes on the end of this piston. That pushes the bolt back, cycles around, ejects the empty, inserts the next round. So same basic operation. It is semi-automatic, just like the AR. It just uses a different pattern, or a different mechanism to actually cycle. Instead of feeding gas back into the upper, let's see, where is my key? There we go. Instead of feeding gas into the upper, it dumps it into a gas piston chamber up here and then bleeds out the rest out here. The AK is also manufactured to much, I won't say lower standards, but less precise standards typically, which allows for a lot more slop. You'll hear a lot of rattle on a traditional AK. Just in the fitment of the steel, where everything lines up with everything. With an AK, it's very, very tightly fit. That comes with, what's that?
Can you do that again? I didn't.
Sorry, yeah. With the AR, it's very tightly fit. So everything is very meshed together, exactly where it needs to be. It comes with pros and cons. So the big pro to that is it makes it more accurate, and it's much more reliable where the rounds are going to hit. And so the gun's going to perform the same way as long as it's maintained. The AK is a lot more reliable in terms of interference. So if you get a grain of sand down into an AR in the wrong spot, it can grind this thing to a halt. Not a single grain of sand, but enough sand in the wrong spot, it can stop it from firing. An AK, you can bury it in mud, bring it back out, and it'll still fire. Because there's enough slop in these mechanics to let everything move where it needs to be, and it'll force everything out of the way. So basic operation of an AK, this is the bolt. It does reciprocate. You never want anything to be in the path of this. So if you were to hold it like this, you'd have a bad day. So on every shot, this whole handle comes all the way back and all the way back forward.
For every shot?
Every single shot. So your hand should be always up here. Okay? General operation, you take your magazine. It has a little hook on the front. We hook it into there. So inside the hole, hook, and then rotate it back until it
It's
clicks.
not a slide in.
It's not a slide in. The AR is a slide in until it clips on the side. This one is a hook. So to detach, you pull this clip, rotate it back out. So hook, rotate in, click, boom. Then we would cycle. This is your safety. The safety literally, it also acts as a dust cover. So it rolls up into the way of the bolt and stops the trigger of the hammer from falling. While it also stops you from operating the bolt.
Oh, that's the same.
So that's it. And on a full auto, it would go one notch, probably one notch further down, if I remember correctly. That would make it into the full auto version. But we have the boring 2-pin AK here. Okay. That's it. So that's iron sights, pin up front, a little notch in the back. Top of the pin will be roughly where it hits.
That's it. Less space.
Yes.
To aim.
Yes, a little bit. So I'm going to put it on fire. Actually, here, I'll put it on safe and hand it to you. Boop. Finger out of the trigger. Thank you.
It's
beautiful.
Heavy.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
Yeah. Okay, you are on fire. You need to charge the handle back. So take the bolt handle and pull it all the way to the rear. Bolt handle on the right side. Pull it all the way to the rear. All the way. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
No, I can't.
You can. I believe in you. Don't pull it down. Pull it back. Let go. Oh, no.
I tried.
Alright. It is chambered. It is on fire.
It is gun for who are barely human.
Yes. It is a gun for Russian farmhands.
Okay.
Not saying that they aren't human, but yes, they are typically the stronger folk.
Okay.
The term for not human is too strong.
Does this give a shockwave,
No,
jerk back?
I mean, yes, everything does, but to a degree. It'll be similar to an AR, the stock AR, not
Okay.
the one with the
1,
can.
2, 3.
You don't need to count down. You can just pull the trigger. Count down if it helps you psych out. Go again.
Whoa!
There you go. Do it again. It was a little bit high. Aim a little bit lower.
Whoa! Okay, now I know.
Yep. Do it again. Hit. A little bit high, about 2 inches high above the top. Hit. A little bit high. You good? Take your time. Good hit. It was high. Good hit.
Remove the safety.
We got the safety off. We got a decent, oh, yep, got a good lean forward. You got a bit of a gangsta lean. Good hit. Good hit again. Boom. Do one more shot.
Safety on.
There. I was just going to say, how did that feel? So like up till now, that has been the most kinetic energy you've sent downrange.
It was like, okay, with 22 long and all that stuff with this minimum distance.
Yeah.
It feels like you're mostly focusing on aiming, but
Yeah.
it doesn't give you that back jerk.
Yeah, yeah, you don't feel like you're lobbing lead, you know?
Right.
It feels
So
like a toy.
It's fine. You don't get the joy of actually using the gun.
Yeah.
But with this and the AK,
Serious? Oh my god.
It's fun.
So good.
It's fun. I mean, like, yeah, there's a lot of joy to be had just by sitting, just knowing you're sending a lot of energy downrange and it's doing exactly what you want to do.
Just that I need the bullets.
That tends to be the problem for me too. Yeah, that'll work.
It was so good. I mean,
your turn.
Next shot.
Your shot. Negative.
Why?
The video is running. We are shooting at that piece of cardboard down there.
How am I
Okay,
aiming?
so let me walk you through this one. Take some extra time on this one.
Okay.
Bring it back up. So keep your finger out of the trigger for right now. Finger out of the trigger. Thank you. So you want to keep this guy, yeah, it is as far away from your face as possible. Don't bring your head down into it. Bring it up. Bring it into your sight line so that you're looking down that dot, put it at the top of the board.
Okay.
Okay? So, and again, all of your energy is on your left hand pushing it forward.
1, 2.
It's going to be significant. Push it. There you go. Left hand pushing out all the ways. There he goes. All right. We are all the way on the webbing. There you go. Bring your thumb back down around so it's pinching the webbing. That's fine. There
1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Ow!
Are you okay?
Okay, so for the record, I'm fine. I'm completely fine.
Yeah, I paused the video very abruptly just to make sure that was the case. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think mostly you were just startled by the amount of recoil off of it.
I definitely was surprised.
It can sting. It definitely can sting at the time. You can get a little bit of, oh goodness, and you get that kind of heart pumping and adrenaline. You feel like your brain's like, you're injured, you're injured, you're injured. But then you take a second, step back. Oh no, I'm actually fine. That was just that was more force than I was expecting. And
yes.
that's to be expected.
It's definitely the first time I'm shooting, and I'm not experienced with that particular gun especially. So I think that took me by surprise.
Yeah, and all it takes is just going back out there, having the right attitude, and you were safe with it because we followed our rules. Everything was pointing in safe direction. There was no risk of a second shot going off with any of the guns that we were doing that were high recoil. Right. So one of the big dangers with high recoil with new shooters with semi-auto. So what you'll see is somebody doing like a revolver or a pistol that has very high recoil. Somebody will fire and it recoils way back, and that pulls the trigger again. And I've seen people blow their hats off, like just barely, narrowly avoiding shooting themselves in the face. So like,
that's a bad scenario.
That's nothing. There's zero risk of that with anything we were shooting, very much on purpose. So you had exactly one round. You got to experience that one round, and then you make the conscious decision choosing.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I just had one round.
Okay, there we go. So this is a Kel-tec P50. It's a moderately newer design. It uses a 50-round magazine that's originally designed for a P90. So it's unique. The rounds are stacked like this, and the last second they're flipped up so that they can line up into the chamber of the gun. So we put the magazine in here, close it back. So yeah, it has to be on fire in order to charge. So recycle like that. You do not need to cycle every single shot. It is semi-automatic like the rest. So pull trigger, receive bullet. We turn on the red dot. I've got a little SLX 0 power magnification red dot on this, and a little flip to the side arm brace. Okay, so the question was whether we can shoot this without hearing protection. So the suppressor does make this quieter, but the round is still traveling almost double the speed of sound, so it creates a sonic boom as it travels, which is always not hearing safe. So it causes so much noise just off the bullet traveling that it is, yeah, we have to have earmuffs. Good hit. I think she likes this one.
No, first I was super scared to even shoot because of how I had the effect after shooting a shotgun,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, should I try this myself or not? But once I shot the first round, I think it was something I can take it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
This one has less recoil than the AR. It's a smaller round, so it's
cool.
it's large for a pistol caliber, but not very large.
It's really compared to all those, it's really lightweight.
Yes, yeah, very much so. You want to
And
put up the
also
Texas
has a lot
Star?
of rounds in it, right?
Yes, it's 50 rounds. There's a lot. You want to put up the Texas Star before you shoot again? So we have set up a silhouette target down there, as well as the Texas Star.
So I'll be aiming at the dead center of that silhouette.
Okay. It helps when it's on fire.
You have your magazine in.
I do! Oh, am I hitting?
Yeah, you are. Started drifting low, but yep, you got him.
Okay, the person is down.
Okay. Yeah, that'll do. That'll
Hey.
do.
One shot here, 2 shots here. I think that's
Yeah, you
pretty-
started drifting, but you did some damage, that's for sure.
I wanted to hit on the head,
Uh-huh.
so I did take a shot there.
Nice.
There you go. Finish it off there. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just missing one.
So this is a Mosin 9130. It is made in 1933. It is almost 90 years old. It is a 7.62 by 54R bolt action rifle. 5-round internal magazine. It's a hefty boy. This thing kicks like a mule, and it has put down many a Nazi.
So this goes with this antique fellow. It's not really heavy to just pick up, but if you're aiming to shoot, never mind. Since that gun is as heavy as it is, we cannot actually hold it to fire, so we have a tripod.
We is a relative term. It's very easy to hold. Don't walk in front of it.
So the death grip. So when I say people cannot like actually lift this to aim, it's for people my size. Well, I can't lift it. It's really heavy.
So there is a safety technically on the Mosin. It has to be pulled back against the entire firing pin weight and rotated 45 degrees to the left. You probably won't be able to pull it back.
So I was given a challenge, like I cannot pull this. So. Okay. Hey, I tried.
Yep.
Okay.
So the Mosin-Nagant, you can feed individual rounds like we did before. There is also what's called a clip. So there is a difference between a clip and a magazine. A magazine is what's inside of here. It has moving parts. A clip has no moving parts. So it is inserted into a groove on the top here, and you come along and push down on these rounds into, I have to push it from this side because that's the only way I'm used to it, into the rifle, then remove the clip, and then chamber around.
Nice.
When you get used to it, you can chamber rounds moderately quickly. New one, okay. There you go, all the way cycled in. We were going to shoulder it. Okay, here we go. You're tucked in tight.
Ow! Wow.
Yep. Kicks like a mule.
Oh.
You did good. That was exactly the right form, so it was exactly where it's supposed to be. Good job. It'll be like this.
About the gun?
What? Oh,
About.
it's just a generic Stevens Security pump action shotgun. So pump action is operated like this. Rack, pull, load around in, pull trigger, boom, boom, click, click, boom, boom. New rounds are stored in the tube underneath. We feed that from here. So I go.
Okay, I really did not take a shot at shotgun because I just want to give it some time, and you know, once I get practice with, you know, all the other guns and I'm confident enough, then I thought I would take a shot at the shotgun.
Yeah, we'll come back for it again.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. And we have a special guest here.
Oh, he's like, where's the tree? Where is the tree? Is it right here? Is it right here? My goodness, no, mine. There you go, good boy. It was a tall beagle.
Okay, so that's it for today, guys. I'll come back with an interesting video again. Until then, keep watching. Ooh.